Does your dashboard answer, why should I care? If not, it's a reporting tool, not an engagement platform. Because dashboards were designed to display information, not create meaning. Most organizations assume that if employees can see the data, they will automatically understand it and act upon it. In reality, data without context creates detachment rather than engagement. Employees don't connect with numbers, they connect with purpose. A dashboard may tell a warehouse employee that the throughput is down 12%, but it doesn't explain why it matters, how their work influences it, what actions they can take, and why do leadership care? So when meaning is absent, dashboard becomes reporting tools rather than engagement tools. The moment a dashboard begins answering, why should I care? It transforms from a reporting system into a communication system. Emotional visibility gap is the distance between what dashboards measure and what employees experience. A very important topic from my book. A dashboard may show green KPI, on-time delivery, productivity targets met, yet employees may be experiencing burnout, anxiety, staffing shortages, frustration, emotional exhaustion. The KPI says success, the employee feels overwhelmed. Both realities can be true simultaneously. Organizations become dangerous when they only see one side of the story. The most effective leaders learn to manage both performance metrics and human realities at the same time. Employees rarely ignore dashboards because they're lazy. They ignore dashboards because they don't see themselves inside the story. Most dashboards answer what happened. Employees need dashboards that answer, what does this mean for me? People engage when they understand impact, relevance, ownership, purpose. Without these elements, dashboards become a background noise. Dashboard intelligence is the ability to transform data displays into organizational understanding. It requires leaders to ask, what story is this data telling? What story is it not telling? What decisions should this drive? What human realities exist behind these metrics? Dashboard intelligence shifts organizations from data consumption to meaning creation. Yes, but only when they become storytelling platforms. Engagement increases when dashboards explain the context, shows progress, celebrate contributions, connect work to outcomes, highlight employee impact. People want to know that their work matters. A dashboard that communicates significance creates engagement. A dashboard that only communicates performance creates compliance. Because technology evolved faster than communication, organizations invested millions in analytics, AI, visualization, reporting, but almost nothing in narrative, storytelling, human understanding, emotional connection. The result? More dashboards, less clarity, more reports, less alignment, more data, less meaning. KPI survival culture happens when employees use metrics to protect themselves rather than improve performance. People stop asking, how do we solve this? And start asking, how do I avoid blame? When fear enters the system, transparency decreases, innovation declines, escalations arrive late, trust disappears, data becomes armor instead of insight. Every dashboard should answer 5 questions. What happened? Why did it happen? Why does it matter? What should we do next? How can I help? Most dashboards stop after question 1. What happened? The real value begins at question number 2. Why? Assuming clarity exists because data exists. Data visibility is not understanding. A dashboard can be completely accurate and completely misunderstood. Leaders must stop asking, did we provide the data? And start asking, did people understand the story? Supply chains are human systems disguised as operational systems. Let that sink in. Supply chains are human systems disguised as operational systems. Behind every KPI are buyers, planners, analysts, operators, technicians, customers. Storytelling helps leaders explain risks, priorities, trade-offs, decisions. Without storytelling, operational complexity becomes organizational confusion. Trust grows when people understand the why. Employees become skeptical when decisions appear disconnected from reality. Storytelling provides context, transparency, logic, purpose. People may not always agree with leadership, but they trust leaders who explain honestly. Narrative intelligence is the ability to transform information into meaning. It is the intersection of data, emotion, context, communication, action. Leaders with narrative intelligence don't simply report numbers. They help people understand what the numbers mean. Dashboard fatigue occurs when employees are overwhelmed by metrics but disconnected from meaning. People become exhausted when every interaction is measured, every conversation is numerical, every success is reduced to a KPI. Humans need significance, not just statistics. An engaging dashboard tells a story. It includes key insights, business impact, human impact, trends, recommendations, next actions. It is designed for understanding, not decoration. By becoming translators, leaders must translate data into meaning, metrics into purpose, performance into impact, information into action. The leader's job is not to present numbers. The leader's job is to create an understanding. empathy. Empathy is the missing KPI. The best leaders ask, what does this metric feel like for the people being created for? That question changes. People rarely leave because of dashboards. They leave because they feel invisible. Employees stay where they feel seen, valued, understood, appreciated. Recognition creates retention. Metrics alone do not. Future is narrative dashboards. Dashboards that combine AI, storytelling, visualization, human context, action recommendations. It shouldn't take somebody such a long time to understand what the data is representing, no matter how beautifully the data is presented. It should quickly tell you, summarize, you have the execute summary, what is the dashboard actually representing, where should my action be, what is dropping, and how can we solve it. That kind of dashboard is what's supposed to be created next. Organizations will move from reporting systems to intelligence systems. Culture is simply the collection of stories people believe. The stories leaders tell become behaviors, expectations, norms, decisions. If leaders want to change culture, they must change the purpose of data storytelling is not better dashboards. The purpose is better human decisions. Data storytelling helps people understand faster, trust deeper, engage more fully, collaborate more effectively, act with confidence. At its highest level, data storytelling is not about data. It is about making people visible again inside the systems they help sustain. As for my book, When Data Speaks, it teaches organizations don't transform because dashboards change. Organizations transform because people do. And people change when they finally understand the story the data is trying to tell. The difference appears in employee behavior. Compliance sounds like, tell me what you need, just give me the number, I completed the report. Engagement sounds like, here is what I noticed, here is what concerns me, here is an opportunity we should explore. Compliance follows instructions. Engagement contributes insight. A dashboard creates engagement when employees begin using it to initiate conversations rather than simply satisfying reporting requirements. The ultimate test is simple. Are employees reporting information or helping create an understanding? Because frontline employees live inside the story, while leaders often see only the summary. A dashboard may show inventory 95%, throughput green, capacity stable. Yet frontline employees may already see supplier frustration, equipment fatigue, process breakdowns, employee burnout. They experience reality before the KPI reflects reality. This is why the future of leadership is not simply data-driven. It is data-informed and people-connected. The smartest organizations combine dashboard intelligence with frontline intelligence. A human-centered dashboard answers both operational and emotional questions. Traditional dashboards, what happened? Human-centered dashboard, what happened? Why did it happen? Who was affected? What risks exist? what support is needed, what action should follow. Human-centered dashboards recognize that every metric represents people, not just processes. Engaged employees don't simply work harder, they think differently. They identify risks earlier, solve problems faster, collaborate more effectively, share ideas more freely, stay longer. However, disengaged employees perform tasks. Engaged employees improve systems. The difference becomes visible in quality, safety, productivity, innovation, retention. Engagement is not a cultural luxury. It's an operational advantage. With honesty, context, and humanity, many leaders fear negative metrics. Employees fear unexplained metrics. A dashboard showing declining performance should never be presented without answering what happened, why did it happen, what have we learned, what are we doing next. People can handle difficult truths. What creates anxiety is uncertainty. Narrative transforms bad news into actionable understanding. AI will generate more insights. Humans will generate more meaning. AI can identify trends, anomalies, forecasts, risks, but AI cannot fully understand fear, hope, trust, culture, motivation. The future belongs to leaders who combine artificial intelligence plus narrative intelligence. Organizations that rely only on AI may become efficient. Organizations that combine AI with human storytelling will become influential. The ability to create meaning from complexity. Leaders are already surrounded by data. Soon they will be surrounded by AI-generated insights as well. The challenge will not be finding information. That's guaranteed. The challenge will be helping people find understanding. What matters, what doesn't, what to prioritize, why it matters. The leaders who can simplify complexity without losing truth will become the most valuable leaders of the next generation. Me. Because stories explain intent. Dashboards explain outcomes. A dashboard can tell employees productivity increased 12%. The story explains what changed, why it changed, how people contributed, what it means moving forward. See, humans are wired for narrative. We naturally search for cause, meaning, connection. Stories provide all three. That is why great leaders don't replace data with stories. They place data inside stories. What is this dashboard not telling me? That single question changes leadership. It forces executives to consider human impact, organizational risk, cultural signals, hidden costs, unspoken realities. Every dashboard reveals something. Great leaders focus equally on what remains hidden. The unseen story often determines future performance. Replace reporting with storytelling. Most dashboards are designed to answer what happened. Exceptional dashboards answer what happened, why did it happen, why does it matter, what should we do next. The future of dashboard design is not more charts, it's more clarity. Not more metrics, more meaning. not more information, more understanding. Because the goal of a dashboard is not to display data. The goal is to help human beings make better decisions together and even faster. And that is where true employee engagement begins. One reflection question I want to leave everyone with. If your dashboard disappeared tomorrow, would your employees still understand the story of where the organization is going and why their work matters? If the answer is no, the organization doesn't have a dashboard problem. It's a communication problem, and communication is where transformation begins.